Greetings. Our readings today are chapters 1 to 10 of the book of Numbers. And this book begins with describing events that take place while the people were on Mount Sinai. They were organized in a way in which they're surrounding the tent, the dwelling place where they encounter the presence of God. We read about duties, regulations, and offerings with the final preparations to move out of camp. The second Passover is celebrated to remember the year that has passed in which they were delivered from the land of Egypt. We're given a sense of community with God's presence at the center and a remembrance of life in the wilderness. The blessing invoked in Numbers chapter 6 verses 22 to 27 might be familiar to many of us. We read that the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, "Speak to Aaron and his sons, saying, Thus you shall bless the Israelites. You shall say to them, The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace. So they shall put my name on the Israelites, and I will bless them." In a commentary by Terence Freidheim, he writes this: God is the actor in all 6 clauses: bless, keep, make the face shine, be gracious, lift up countenance, and give peace. The 6 verbs together cover God's benevolent activity from various angles and state God's gracious will for the life of the people. So once again, we're getting a deep sense of who God is. In chapter 9, verse 24, we read, "At the command of the Lord, they would camp, and at the command of the Lord, they would set out. They kept the charge of the Lord, at the command of the Lord by Moses." So what we take away from this is that it would vary how long they would stay in a spot, right? Chapter 9 says this, how soon they would go and how long they would stay. This takes great patience. This takes great trust. It's evidence that the people of God can and have been obedient. That's a good thing, right? Now, what is a signal to us today? How do we know when to go and when to stay? We don't have the privilege of a visible cloud, and it's frustrating because I think we would love such a clear sign to give us a clue in what to do in our lives at times. But what Numbers reinforces to us so far is that we are a people of God. We do things in community. No one's on their own here. Living in community with God at the center provides for us communal and individual guidance from a God who's present with us. So we're called to be together, right? And this can be foreign, a foreign concept in American Christianity. But being in community is very much a theme in what we've read in the Old Testament so far. Called to be together in community with God as our guide. Together we discern the guidance from our living God who continues to speak to us today. So God speaking to us in and through community, in and through the faith community, in and through the church, is probably one of the most underrated ways that God speaks to us in American society, in the American church today. Those are just some thoughts for today. Take care and God bless.